Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer and I'm playing Lobotomy. And we come now to the finale of the game. So my custom scenario says that you have to find 3 pieces of a map which shows then the entrance to an underground tunnel which will allow you to flee the asylum. And you got to do that before Cthulhu leaves. Oops, there's another locker here. Before Cthulhu basically leaves the board. Now you can see I've removed the board. I just kept this piece here because it shows the insomnia track. And that's all we need from the board. Instead we have now 2 new map tiles here. They're from the expansion From the Deep. The expansion comes with 4 such tiles. Both are double-sided. And they're all pretty dark and as you could expect from such a theme. And they basically show the basement below the asylum. Now, the game or the expansion comes with, I think, a little more than 10 scenarios. I randomly picked one. Here are these so-called rituals. Might be 10 or something. So I randomly picked one. Oops. And it said Nightmare in a Museum. A mad scientist was experimenting on patients in the hospital's basement. His monstrous creations were locked in lightless cells. During one of the procedures, the scientist was eaten alive. Without supervision, his experiments decided to escape. In the setup, we are told that we use these 2 board tiles. And this is our entrance. So you can see here, this is kind of the staircase. This is where the heroes enter the basement from. And as I already said, it's all very dark, and it might be even worse with the under this lighting, because the contrast seems to be higher, at least on the camera display. It seems like there are only white and dark spaces here. So I just want to show you, and this is really, wait a minute, I wonder, somewhere there must be a door here, and to be honest I'm not sure where that is. I think the door is actually here. That is really hard to see, but it seems like there is a door here. There definitely is nowhere else a door, so it must be basically this one. So the heroes, yeah, I don't know, it's kind of weird. Seems like, anyway, they come from here somewhere, and then they gotta move through here. Move like this, okay? Like this. And here's also another door. Here's a small space to move through. So they can move just like this. And then they enter this room here. And there would be another room then. From there, they can move on into this room here. This room looks even more dark because it's flooded. So it's kind of green bluish. The only consequence this flooded has is that the flooded state has is that the deep ones, which is a new type of monster that comes with the expansion. I wonder where that is. Should be somewhere. I don't know where it is at the moment. Anyway, there we go. There are the deep ones. Okay. They have a +1 defense in this flooded area here. So the deep ones are basically our standard monster in these underground scenarios. You can say, okay, we got the 3 standard monsters: the mental patient, the scavenger, and the nurse. At the asylum underground, it's the deep one. So we're going to place him here. And he's not very strong. He is very similar to the scavenger, basically, except that I think he's got a range of 2. So it seems like he can attack from afar here. Ranged enemy has not to be in the same space, but within line of sight. Exactly. So that makes him definitely more dangerous. But he's not quite as fast as the scavenger. He has just 1 action. So I'm just exploring my own variant here. So I wasn't sure how to make this transition from the main game now to this final battle here. So my decision was now the following. The basic rules say that you can only take half the number of half the number of players into the dungeon compared to the overall number, of course. So in this case, for example, I could have taken only 2 players with me down there, but I thought it would be cool if all of us could move down there. I mean, we went through all these horrors together in the ground floor, and actually it is possible, because the way you adapt these lower levels to your player number is that you place monsters on these starting spaces here, and depending on the number written on the spaces, it's the overall number of players. So we got 3 players here in the whole game, 4 players, and there it's up to 5 players. And because you round up the number of players that can be down there when you have it compared to the overall number of players, we could actually move all 3 down here and set up the game like it would be a 5-player game. If we had 4 players, we couldn't do it anymore. Then we could only take 3 guys with us down here. 3 players is the maximum that makes sense if we follow kind of the rules, or if we kind of follow the rules of the game. So I'm going to take these 3 guys with me, and I'm going to place them all here in the staircase. Then I'm supposed to place deep ones on all starting spaces here, on these monster starting spaces, on the left tile. So we got a ton of these guys here, and I have a little bit of feeling like they wanted to give the buyers kind of miniatures, and but they're all the same, and I think it's a little too much. I mean, basically you don't need them, and it was a hell of a paint job. especially because I wanted them make most of them a little different. So as you can see here, we have here, we have here this guy, with his fish tail. And yeah, let's place him here. And then we got this guy here, a little bit of a different color. And gonna place him here, guy with a green coat. And we got another guy that we're gonna place here. Okay. So, and now these are the cells where these poor prisoner creatures were held, and this is gonna be tough now, because this is basically, these are our these are our enemies. These are the guys we have to fight, and these will be 4 random elite monsters. So I want to do that here on camera, I think. So I think we got about 8 or 9. Wait a minute. So we got 8 of these monsters here, and I have an 8-sider here. So we start from, let's start from the top to the bottom. So that's number 3. This is an orderly. I think this is okay. I'm fine. These guys are not too strong. And well, I don't know. Let's place this guy up here. Then we go from top to bottom, basically. Then the next one, that's a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A piggy. Okay. This must have been a hell of an experiment here. So this guy goes here. A 4. That's a little girl. Okay, let's, I don't know, let's take that one here. There we are. So she sits here. And our last elite one is, that's another 3. That's another orderly. Okay, I mean, maybe it's not that bad. These orderly don't seem to be too hard. I have a feeling there could be actually much worse guys here, but we'll see. So we got the piggy, the orderly, and the little girl. Okay. That's it. We won't see any new spawns during the game. It's not gonna happen here. I'm going to continue drawing movement tokens, but I'm going to ignore everything on these except if it's a red star. If it's a red star, Cthulhu will move an additional space. So theoretically the game could be over very soon. I've checked the next card. It is not a red star, because I don't want to start all that stuff here and a new video just to draw a card and the game is at an end. So that's something I didn't want to do, and I showed that in the last video. I decided now basically to enter this scenario with a complete new turn. And I'm not gonna draw a card for this half last turn. I know it kind of, it's a little different. I mean, it's not very, you know, it's in a gamey way, it might not be the perfect transition, but I think it's a simple cut. You know, we are standing now all here. We got the setup of these guys, and now we start again this final mini game or whatever you want to call it. And so the heroes have now again, this guy is the first buyer now, the option to start off or all over again. And we can remove also these. We don't need them anymore. Okay. Cool. So let me see. Yeah, okay. Shit. I think I messed up with some of these. I think the shockwave was here. This is just an educated guess, actually. I don't know. I mean, I think this one was here. No, wait a minute. I have no idea. I know that this one was also somewhere in the middle here. I'm gonna place it here. Okay, yeah, the other ones are fine. Okay. In this game, or in this scenario, if a character, or at the end, at the final scenario anyway, if a character dies, he's dead, and he remains dead, he doesn't come back. Of course, we can still use our red shirt to prevent Cthulhu from moving ahead. And also my house rule still applies. If I kill an elite monster, I'm allowed to move Cthulhu one space back. So once we come into the conflict with these guys, I have a fairly good chance that he won't cross the border, because I will probably be allowed to move him back. But of course, it's still possible that we are simply slaughtered by them. I mean, they are definitely strong here. Okay, now let's kick it off. So yeah, that's a single space here. It's really hard to distinguish the stuff here. Here it's a little easier. Well, it's okay actually. So we can move. Okay, these guys have a movement of 1. So I don't know. I mean, it seems like shit. It's a dangerous situation here, because okay, I think I want to use the fluoxetine maybe with him. If I go here 1, 2, 3, I could give him an additional attack. And then by the way, this goes down now, all one space. Yeah, and then I could use my gas pipe, try to hit this guy. One, two, three. The problem is that's a 2. They got a range of 2. So if I attack here, if I kill him, I'll be also in range of him. So maybe it's not such a great idea to do this. I think if I hang out there too long, I also have, of course, the problem that Cthulhu has higher odds to make it. So I think I have to risk something here. I just have to go here, and well, if things go wrong, I'm unlucky. But I definitely have to take a risk here. So I'm gonna take one of these, which gives me an additional action. And in theory, I could use that again, I think. So that means now I get five dice for the gas pipe. Got a 4, and I need 3 hits. Okay, these are just 2 hits. And the gas pipe takes a damage. So 2 hits against this guy. Yeah, that's not that great. Do I want to take my last action? Probably. I think I want to, yeah. So I'm gonna take the next pill, which gives me another action. This time with my bare hands. I'm gonna try to kill him because I do not want to damage my... Well, wait a minute. Yeah, I don't want to damage my gas pipe. So let's see. Okay, that's enough to kill him. There he goes. And then I can bring this down by 1 space. Okay. But yeah, now we are in range of this guy until he will then attack us in the next turn. But okay, we gotta live with that. Marcus Dieter, he moves 1, 2 spaces. I don't think I want to move in here because then I would be the one attacked by the deep one with my 0 defense. That's probably not the best idea. And then it's him. 1, 2. He can run. And you know what? I think I want to actually move right here. 4 spaces. And then I could as well move with him here. Okay, that's how I want to do it. Cool. Now we gotta move this down 1 space here. And I was also allowed to reduce all these by 1 space. Okay, cool. So that's it then. And now we're going to draw the movement card, and we already know it's not a red star. And then we're going to move the monsters. Okay, I've learned something interesting here. This guy has a ranged attack. The monster moves away from you if he's closer than necessary to the point, to the furthest distance he can attack from. In this case, this doesn't apply because if he moves in this room, he could no longer attack. But to be honest, I'm not sure if... I think I gotta stay behind with him because I'm not sure if they can... He would not attack Arnie, even though he's closest, but he's got a range of 2, so he will follow his priority. And in this case, he would attack the guy with the lowest defense, and I don't want to be part of this attack, so I will stay behind, and they're going to attack instead Dale. Of course, the other guys will also move, so this guy moves here. That guy... What the fuck, where's the... Yeah, he moves in here. Then we have the orderly, which moves here. The piggy has 2 actions, so it's here. And it's kind of a shame that this is an ethereal monster, because it would have been the monster which has to go the longest way. So they would kind of come one after another. But in this case, this is not the case. It can simply walk through the door here, or through the walls. And this guy here, he also walks 1 space here. Okay, so that's it. And then we're gonna see the attack here from this guy against Dale. We got 5 dice. We got a critical strike. That means on a 6 we do 2 damage. And we hit on a 5 or 6. I could take a sanity loss, and I think I will, to roll one of these dice. But, you know, do I really want to do that? I mean, at the moment, if I roll 6s, it sucks, but, you know, seriously, I don't want to do that, I think. I will need my sanity when I see these suckers. And I think that was a good decision. We got 2 hits here, or 2 damage. 1 is prevented by the defense, and now I can use these Amazon braces. Roll a die, and if I roll a 6, it will reflect. That's not the case. So I'm gonna take another damage. But yeah, I think that's okay. And then it's the heroes again. Marcus. Okay, so Marcus will basically simply follow with his healing power, and I think he moves in here and then uses his special ability, take a wound. I'm not sure if I want to do that. No, I think actually I'm going to move here to Arnie and then do this thing and remove 2 wounds from him. Got 1 more action. Not sure what I want to do, to be honest. I think I actually want to move on to this space here. Do I have that action? Yeah, I want to. Yeah. Okay, then it's Arnie. And Arnie, of course, moves in here and then attacks that sucker. And I think he's simply going to use the kitchen knife here. With 4 dice. He needs 3 hits. Pretty sure he can do that. And yes, we got our 3 hits. So he stabbed the guy. And that brings back the shockwave, which is definitely cool. So that was his action. And might not have been the best idea after all to go there, but okay. And then it's it's him. I wonder if I should try to kill this guy. I think I want to do that, because otherwise both of these will attack me. That's something I want to avoid. So I'm gonna... Damn, I really have to heal with him. I think I will Actually, I can move this down one space, and this goes away. Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna take another wound. And then I'm gonna move 2 spaces right here. And now I'm gonna move in here. I can move these 2 spaces because of my acrobatics. So this is now my first action, to move in here. Now I got still 2 actions to attack him with my gas pipe. That wasn't great. So that was just a single hit. Here. And now I've got a second action. Come on, we need 2 more hits. And yeah, we had these. Sadly, the gas pipe is nearly broken. I mean, it's not a good weapon, but yeah, it's a little sad. Anyway, we managed to kill this guy, which is good. And so we can make this. We can place this here. That is great. Okay. So now I'm gonna draw my next movement card for the monsters, and I don't know what happens now. If I draw a red star, game is over. And it's not, it's a blue star. So Cthulhu doesn't move. And that means now the monsters will move. Now I assume that diagonally movement is not possible, so I think this counts as 2. So this sucker will remain here. Piggle will move 2 spaces though. So he's now sitting here. That's not great. And all these guys, well, this one and that one, they will move here. And this guy moves here. So this is kind of a cluster here. And the orderly has this inspiring presence. So they kind of increase the strength of adjacent monsters. I wonder if it also works between both of them, but I could imagine that. Okay, so then we have the attack of this guy here. Rolls again 5 dice and attacks Dale. Oops. And that's cool, no damage at all. I was lucky here. So until now I'm doing fine, I really am. Okay, now things get a little more interesting. Piggy now comes into range. So, yeah. I think we can enter this space here, and then in the next, yeah, that should work out well. We probably have to suffer another attack from him. So first is now Arnie, and he might even consider trading the shirt to Dale. Maybe I want to do that. It's hard to tell, though. It really is. It really is. Damn it. Okay, I think I'm gonna do this for now. I'm gonna give Dale a shirt. And yes, he can carry it. And then I'm gonna move in this room. They will always be the first target if these two guys are together in a room. I don't want to risk his death, but I mean, it would really suck. Actually, I cannot take that risk. I think I cannot do it like this. So, But still, I'm gonna give him the shirt. And I'm not sure. I don't like it that he's sitting there, to be honest. But I don't know, I could use my vampiric regeneration here. I'm considering to do this. It's a little bit of a waste. Maybe I should wait a little longer, but there is obviously a big risk involved. So as long as I have a little bit of time, I think I want to do this now. So this is my special ability here. Costs me an action. So I go and roll 1d6 for each wound. And I can recover 1 wound for each 5 or 6. So right now we still have a little bit of time to do these things. It would be of course more efficient if I had 9 wounds or something. But I mean, you also never know what exactly happens, right? Yeah, okay, that is just a single healing action, so that wasn't too great. Still, it's something. And yeah, you know what? I got one more action. I'm not gonna do anything during this time. My gas pipe is in a... Well, I might actually... I might take the... Nah, I can't. I can't take the toolkit because then I'm above my limit here. Okay, so I don't know what else to do, to be honest. I'm not gonna do anything, I guess. Marcus is gonna move in here. He's gonna take a wound. That's not an action. Even if it wouldn't be. And I can heal now Dale. And by the way, these two go now back 1 space, and that one too. And then I'm going to move again out of the room, because I don't want to be the one attacked. I'm really just a good doctor. And yeah, this is it. So I'm done with my actions here. And we see again now what happens here, and let's hope for the best. And again we got a blue star, so the game continues. Now this guy doesn't move. This guy, however, does. He moves here, and that's basically where we want to have him, because that gives us then the option to do an attack in the next turn. And now Dale will be attacked by the deep one with 5 dice. Okay, that would be 1 hit. Okay, 1 hit. That is prevented by the defense. And actually I forgot to move these guys here, so they end up here now. And this guy moves in here and follows. That's kind of interesting. There seems not to be some kind of 1, to... Yeah, there seem not to be a wall or something. Here's clearly a wall. There... doesn't seem so. But it's so fucking dark. But I think there is no... That's a little strange though. There might be also no cells really, because... Wait a minute, is there a wall? No, there isn't. That's a little odd. So it seems like there are actually only these 4 cells, and these are kind of open rooms. So I think it is possible to move from here to here. Yeah, it's a little strange, but okay, I will allow that. There is clearly no wall there. So I'm not gonna make it one room, but that's a little strange. I will say, okay, these are just 2 different rooms, but you can move from one to the other. Like that's the case here. Okay. And now it's the hero's turn again, and we start again with Dale Walker. Okay, so what do I want to do here? Dale would attack this guy. Now he's not particularly strong. He's got 8 life points, a defense of 2. I'm considering to go in with the all-out strike. If I use my gas pipe, there's a good chance that it will get broken, and that's something I don't want to risk. I wonder if I have the time to grab the toolkit. Well, but still I have the prop. I could again trade with Arnie somehow, but I don't know if I want to do that, to be honest. Okay, well, so this goes down 1 space now, and I think I'm going to simply move in here. That was my first action. Then I'm going to go in with the all-out strike. The bad thing is I have no defense then, so this guy might be a little dangerous then to me. But I might consider taking a defense die then. So let me see. I've got 10 dice and a +1 on attack roll, so it's 3, 5, 7, 9, 10 dice, okay, and I get a +1 on my attack rolls, so I will hit on a 3+. That is not too great, but it's not that bad either. So that means we do 7 hits, which is good, and 2 are absorbed by the defense, so that means the guy takes 5 damage. 3, 4, 5. That's pretty solid. Obviously this is not... I got one more action. Yeah, I think I have to use my gas pipe now. It kind of sucks. And I think I also want to take an attack die. So let's see how much damage we can do here. That is awesome. Sadly, the gas pipe is broken. That sucks, but at least it was easily good enough to kill the guy. That's worth something. Definitely, because Cthulhu will now move one space back. So odds are I'm not gonna lose this game because of the time. And yeah, I feel pretty good about this. I think I have a good chance now. So the first guy is gone. However, so is my weapon. So I'm now sitting down there with my bare hands. And, oh shit. Oh, come on. And my, well, let's call them supernatural powers or whatever. That's not that great. Then it's Arnie, and yeah, I think Arnie will actually move 2 spaces. 1, 2. Then he's gonna take a wound. And he's gonna try to stab the last deep one with the kitchen knife. And that was, we can modify with this by 1. I can even modify 2 dice by 1. I didn't know that. Holy shit, that's an amazingly strong weapon for Arnie then. I thought I could only modify 1. That's a fantastic weapon. Okay, so that means this guy is also killed. So all the deep ones are gone. And I can, well, I don't even have to do some cooldown here, which is nice. Okay, well actually before that I should have moved him. And I will actually move him. Okay, now I got a little bit of information, but I mean it was pretty sure that I could kill the guy. So, where will these move? They will end up all kind of here. So I think, yeah, I'm fine with moving him here. And these will go away. All these are now good again, which is also absolutely fantastic. And that's pretty much it then for this turn. And by the way, I didn't explain that Piggy has as an attack 2 plus weapon. So this is a little strange because basically there is a scenario, and that's the only way they are used in the base game. There is a scenario where they can be activated as your allies. And if they are, you are allowed to give them a weapon. So that means yeah, they can end up with a weapon plus 2 dice. In this case, what I would do is I would draw a random weapon. In this case, we would have seen a pistol, for example. And obviously, that would have made things much harder. Maybe I should have... I wanted kind of the surprise factor. So I waited until he got activated, but he never had a chance to draw to take out his gun. So now these guys can move. And now we come to the... But First we have to draw a card, and that's again a green point, so we are safe for now. And now we come to the critical point. Can we fight these guys or not? We will see. So, I checked the inspiring presence of the orderlies. So friendly figures on the same space gain +1 attack die. Okay. So Marcus, and I think what is he gonna do there? That's a good question. He isn't that strong. That is a fact. So I think he will move 2 spaces. 1, 2. Bravely enter the space here. And then I'm gonna fire off my Ghostbuster attack. And gives me 8 dice. And if I do it against the orderly, I think the orderly loses his... It's a ghostly attack. Yeah, the orderly's defense is 0. So that is kind of cool. However, it's still only a 5 or 6. But you know what? I think I'm going to take an additional attack dice. Okay, so let's see. That's pretty good actually. That's an awesome roll. Holy crap. What a great action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. Holy fuck, man. You know what? He just killed the fucking orderly with that. Good old granddad just did it. A real Ghostbuster. Fantastic. That was so awesome. Okay, cool. What else is he gonna do? Well, that wasn't exactly an action. What he can do, I mean, it was just the attack. Next, he's gonna fire off his Dragon Breath. And he will use it against this orderly here. Because this also has only a defense of 2. If I attack the little girl, you know, I'm not too good here. So I think I want to use that. And I think I want to go again and grab another attack die. And this time we have only 7 dice though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But it's a fire. So that means this is reduced to 1. The defense is reduced to 1. So let's hope for the best here. Okay, that wasn't bad either. So 2 hits, 1, 2, 3 more. So that means we do overall 5 hits. So this guy takes 4 damage. This is looking damn good now at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're gonna place that here. And yeah, we're doing fantastic. We still got 2 more actions. No, that's not true. We got 1 more action. And I'm simply gonna move out again. I can do this because the lady here is ethereal. So she doesn't capture me there, and the orderly is in the neighboring space, so therefore I can simply move out of this space again. By the way, because I killed the orderly, Cthulhu moves back to 10. I'm safe now. I can say that for sure. I would say this game is won if things don't go terribly wrong. It looks really good. Yeah, Marcus did a fantastic job here. So it's then Arnie, and yeah. So Arnie's gonna move 2 spaces. 1, 2. I mean, this is a risk here. The ethereal attack. Got 6 dice against Arnie. And the orderly is also gonna attack him. Holy moly, this is pretty risky. I'm not sure if I want to do that, actually. You know what? I think I want to use the personnel only option. And I want to bring him out of the danger zone. So I'm going to move back 2 spaces. And that's it. I don't, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, now here's the thing. I'm not going to use this action to go here. I'm going to use this thing. This is actually an action. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to use the personal only and simply move 2 spaces. So I'm going to move here, and that's it. Then, yeah, I'm simply done. I'm not going to do anything with Arnie. I might, you know, I'm going to spend 2 actions, or maybe 1. I spent 1 action with my toolkit, and I recovered 2. Yeah, I'm not on the same space as this guy. So, you know, I'm going to spend 2 action with the toolkit. And I will give the club two more. Well, actually, I could. No, it's 2 uses per action, so I can repair the club completely. It's even a little bit of a waste. But I think that's cool because I can then give the club to Dale, because now at the moment he's out of a weapon. However, I don't actually think he will need this weapon anymore. I think we can finish the other guys off with our special abilities. And I can bring this down 1 space because I killed the orderly. No, actually it was the Ghostbusters. That one wasn't activated by the time I did that. Okay, cool. And yeah, it was Arnie's turn, so now we're going to see here the movement. It's again a green star, so no danger here. And now the monsters will simply move. All of them will move a single space. There we go. And now we come to possibly the last action here. If things don't go terribly wrong. It's Marcus. Okay, I got 3 actions. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm simply going to use this thing here, the Holy Nova, that costs me an action, and I can recover 2 to all characters in 2 spaces. So that means all these guys can heal. This is really a great character, you know. His healing capabilities are just fantastic here. It helped me so much during the game. I have no idea where I would have been without him. I really was able to use this so often. And actually I'm going to take another... I don't have to do that. I think I might then move one out of the area here, just to make sure I don't get attacked if things should go wrong. And I have one more action. I think I'm fine here. I don't know what else to do. So, and actually at the beginning of my turn, these should all have been reduced by 1. Okay, now it's Arnie. And yeah, he's gonna go in now and give it all. So, well, actually he doesn't even have to go in. He can now, first of all, he can use the shockwave. And yeah, he definitely wants to use the shockwave. I could use it. I'm going to use this AoE thing. So I'm going to use 4 dice or 8 dice then. 2, 4, 7, 8. Yeah. And I'm going to attack these 2 guys. And that wasn't too great. Well, it actually was okay. So that means we do 5 damage. And I'm going to give... Well, this guy is at 4. So he needs 2 more. So I'm going to give 4 damage to the orderly. That kills him. Cthulhu goes back 1 space. So the orderly is gone. And I can bring this down 1 space. And I can only give her 1 damage, but she's not going to take that because she's got that massive... she's got that massive defense. Now in addition, I can move into this space. That's my first action now, because that attack was not an action. And then I can use this also not as an action, the dehumanization. So 5 dice. And this time I'm actually going to throw in an attack dice. It doesn't really matter at that point anymore. So it's 5 dice. And there was something special about that. Roll a free attack dice. Cool, so I'm going to roll 2 attack dice. That's allowed in this case. And we're going to try to kill her, but that, or not to kill her, but to do some damage. But this is going to be hard. I mean, she's got a defense of 3, 5 life points, and an avoidance of 4. So killing her is... it's really a big deal, actually. And... oh! Holy crap, that's kind of interesting. It's not exactly what I... well, okay, it's 5 hits. It's not that great, because a single +1 would have been good enough to make everything a hit. So in this case, that was kind of a waste. But okay, it's 5 hits. So it's 2 damage against the girl. However, she can roll 2 dice, and she might be able to avoid both of these. Well, she avoided 1. But okay, it's 1 damage against her. I can continue my actions. I got 1 more action, because basically my only action was moving in here until now. So now I'm going to use my kitchen knife. And I'm actually considering using my 2nd sanity. There is no danger here that I can lose sanity, I think. No, it's not gonna happen. So I can go here to the maximum, and so we got 4 dice and 1 attack die. Ah, fuck. Wow, that was a bad roll. Shit, that was a total waste. Okay, at least I can it's not that bad. Yes, it was. I could modify 2, right, like this, and they would be now a 3. So I got 3 hits, but that's exactly her defense. So that was indeed a total waste. What a bad roll. And the kitchen knife is also damaged, but that's not a big deal. That kind of sucked. It really did. So I spent a lot of my sanity and was just, you know, stabbing like crazy into thin air, basically, right? Okay, but now this is the time for Daily Walker. He is exactly our man for this stuff, and he's gonna finish her off now. So what we do is we're gonna spend a single life point to move 2 spaces with the acrobatics. So this is a real finishing move now. And then I kind of see this like an action movie, you know, where this is the big scene, the big stunt at the end of the movie when Daily Walker has its big show and he comes kind of, I don't know, some kind of acrobatic move into this space. And what he's gonna do now, and that really fucks up the little girl, is the blade equilibrist. So he's gonna move that, he's gonna use that thing, and by the way, this goes down 1 space. And that gives him 2 attacks for free with 6 dice. It's a holy action, so that means the defense is ignored. It also knocks her down, so if we do 1 damage in the second attack, she also does not have any avoidance anymore. So this is pretty much it. We got 6 dice. And you know what? I'm gonna take... Well, actually, I think I'm gonna take I can afford both. I'm gonna take an attack die. So yeah, I'm gonna give it all now, right? Theoretically, I could use the brain in a jar 4 times. Every time I got to spend a life point, but I can easily afford that to bring the all out strike back to 0, and then I can give it 10 more hits. So this is, or 10 more dice. So this is really the end now for her. Well, not like that. Wow, baby, that is not a single hit. Okay, so it seems I was a little overconfident here. That was crazy, man. So, okay, but we got another attack here. Holy shit. Let's do this again. Maybe I struggled a bit with the landing during the acrobatics. It's not that perfect action move at the end. Oh boy, this is ridiculous, man. This is so fucking ridiculous. Again, 5 misses. What is wrong with this guy? Still, we got 3 hits, and that's the important part. Because there is no defense for her. 3 hits, so she takes 3 damage. However, she can try to avoid that. If she doesn't take any damage now, she still has avoidance, and this might even go on, but we'll see. Okay, she could only avoid 2 of it, so she takes 1 damage, and that's the important part, because that single damage means she's knocked down. The funny part is, until now, we haven't used a single action. So now, what I'm going to do is, I will actually take, and this is also not an action, I'm going to take 4 wounds, and I don't know if I eat this brain or what I'm going to do here. I have no idea. Probably something ugly like this. So I will take 4 wounds here. Okay. And this allows me to reduce this to 0. I'm going to activate this again. And we got 10 dice here, and I'm going to grab another attack die. And I mean, this should be it. You know, we only need to do 3 more hits. And so it's a 4, it's a 6, it's an 8, 9, 10. She has no avoidance anymore because she's stunned. And she also has no defense anymore. At least I think so. I'm pretty sure that is the case. If you are knocked down, I think you don't have a defense anymore. Zero defense. Oh, actually, there seem to be... No, it's also 0 avoidance. No, it's a stunned character who has 0 avoidance. The monster still has avoidance. Really? That's kind of strange. But okay, it seems like that. So, it's not quite as simple then. But okay, we only have to do 2 damage. So let's see. Or 3 damage. And again, that wasn't great at all. He's a very, very weak guy here. But, okay, at least we did here. And I think we get a +1 to attack rolls. So luckily all these 3s also count. And then we got this 3. So that is definitely enough. This is 9. No, that's not quite true. It's 8 damage. So let's see if she can avoid that. That's 3. Okay, well, she only takes 2 damage, it seems. So she can still take 1 more hit. Boy, this is getting nasty. Okay, however, I still have some options. For example, I mean, until now, I still didn't use a single action. So now I'm going to trade the club with Arnie. Is it going to be the club or is it going to be the kitchen knife? I think I prefer the kitchen knife. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to tell, actually. It's hard to tell. I'm going to take the kitchen knife. And again, I'm going to take 1. And this is now actually my first action. So we're going to try it again. Okay, that was good. So we did, again now, 7 damage. And only 1 of them has to go through. And that's it then. Okay, there we go, 2 damage. She's rolling like hell. But now we managed to kill the little girl. That's it. She's done. She's finished. And that also means we managed to run through the tunnel and escape the asylum. So I successfully finished my scenario here. Well, I gotta say, I think it worked out pretty well. I had a ton of fun playing it. At the end, it was pretty clear I could win. I wonder how many of these red stars are in there. It doesn't seem to be too many. Maybe just one or two, I think. Another one here. So it sees overall in the game, it seems like, well, there was another one. So there seem to be 4 or so in the deck. 4 or 5 maybe. But of course, there was this time, there were 2 or 3 turns when it was really close. When I should have drawn that card, I would have won. I would have lost the game immediately. So in a way, I think, or maybe 3 or 4 turns even. Then when I killed the first guy here, it looked good, because then he moved back 1 space. So at the end, it seemed very, very, or maybe not very easy, but it seemed quite easy. But it was close. It definitely was close. 1 wrong card draw, and we would have lost here. How balanced this scenario is, I don't know. It definitely needs more playtesting. There is no doubt. But it's definitely fun, and it's kind of smooth, you know? I mean, there are not these super fiddly rules going on. You just search your clue tokens, and that's basically it, you know? And you don't have some weird special monster moves running around. And it's all fairly clear, following the basic rules. And it also allows you to incorporate the From the Deep expansion, which is something I don't really like how they did it in the main game. So here you can get the artifacts during the game when you find the maps. They were not very cool in this game. I mean, the red shirt was definitely kind of a good backup, right? But overall, the 2 other artifacts that we found, it was the Enigma, and I don't even remember what the thought. That one here, the Amazon braces. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, these are all not too strong, I think. Some of them are really strong, and this is not very well balanced, I think. The red shirt is quite good, I think. But okay, you can use them. They become part of the gameplay, and that's something which is cool, which I like. And then you can also play these scenarios here, and it makes thematically sense, you know, to say, okay, after we found this tunnel, we go down in the underdeeps, and there we come now to this final big battle. And there can be all kinds of battles, you know. Sometimes you have to fight a real big boss, which can be also very tough. And sometimes you just have to fight some elite monsters. And there is also this super big guy here, Dagon. And there is also then a scenario where you fight that guy. So the difficulty of these scenarios also varies. But I think that's cool. And you never know exactly what to expect if you got to run down here. So I like that. And another aspect is that you can also, in this scenario, you can bring all kind of different monsters into play. I mean, we've seen now, wait a minute, oh gosh. We've seen all kinds of different elite monsters. We've seen one boss monster, even though only for a very short time, the Nemesis. But you can also see the boss monsters theoretically in this game that usually only show up in specific scenarios. I'm not even sure if there are scenarios for all the Kickstarter boss monsters. For example, here's Slither.io, Faceless, the Tire. I think there are no scenarios for these suckers, so I think sometimes it might be hard to get them into play at all. But this scenario allows you that, you know, because the monsters show simply, there is a possibility that they show up. If you draw a red star, blue star brings the elite monsters into play. But they're not that super strong that they will completely ruin the game, because I modified this also a little bit. So yeah, I was happy the way it worked, and gonna give it a few more shots. If you have some ideas for improvement, just let me know. If I find the time, I'm gonna post this on my webpage, and maybe also on BGG, I'm not sure. Okay, so yeah, I enjoyed it. Hope you did too, and I hope to see you on the next video or on lonesomegamer.com. Bye. Okay, actually I realized I made a mistake at the end here. Here in this room is dark. I didn't see that. So the attack of the characters in this room would have been with one less die. I don't think it would have changed a lot. I was doing really well there, and but yeah, maybe, you know, it might have changed things a little bit. But in the end, I think my odds were pretty good. Cthulhu wouldn't have shown up in the next whatever turns, so I think it was not such a big deal. But I just wanna say that, you know, sometimes people say, hey, you missed that, and yeah, that was something I missed here. So next time I gotta keep these things in mind. Here I remembered it. For some reason I thought, yeah, this is not special, because maybe the tile that didn't look too special. This one, that was pretty obvious there was something going on there. But here I thought, okay, it's not such a big deal. But yeah, okay. So I think all the tiles actually have some kind of special thing going on. So, yeah, hope to see you then. Bye.